Okay, so can you hear me well?
Yes. I'll see you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so my speech will start in 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, exam judges and fellow debaters, we stand at the crossroad of education, our pivotal moments where the electorals of online learning beckons on the promise of stability and flexibility. However, we must ask ourselves at what cost. So today I argued against the motions that we should celebrate the popularizations of online learning. While it has its merits, the consequences is a shift of profound barriers we are kind of found ourselves to trapped on separate learning environments. Firstly, is that while the other teams highlighted accessibility and learning, we must consider that not all access is equal. Digital divide is very real. Millions still lack reliability internet connections or necessary technology, and while online courses may be available, the offer remains out of research for those who cannot access more. Furthermore, the quality of online educations can be very dramatical, and not all courses are created equal, and without proper regulations, students may find themselves trapped in separate learning environments. So first in my teams, I talk about the potential deadlines in education quality. So online learnings often drive by profile movement and canned polarizations of quality over quality. So with and overwhelming numbers of course availability, students may find themselves lost in CR options, often without the guidance or experienced educators and like traditional classroom, which offer structured environments and direct feedback. Online platforms may leave students feel isolated and unsupported. So education is not just about delivering information; it's about like fostering critical thinking and engagement with which can like challenge and achieve in virtual settings. Secondly, our team talk about like social interactions and collaborations. So discuss about the essentials of roles of social interactions on the learning progress. Education is inherently a social endeavor. The traditional classrooms are providing opportunity for collaborations and discussion and development of intellectual skill. Students learn not just about the teacher, but also about their peers. Is engaging the debaters to share ideas and building relationships that contribute to growth. And online learning is, in contrast, often isolated students and reducing the opportunity for meaningful interaction. The lack of this socialization can hinder the development of communications skill, teamwork, and emotional intelligence, a quality of virtual success in both personal and professional spheres. So my opponent have made strong case about accessibility and flexibility, but I must point out that while online learnings does indeed offer a remote access and personalization pacing, it does not guarantee effective learning. Accessibility is only as good as resources availability, and many students are left without a necessary support system and truly benefits from the mode for education. Additionally, let us not forget a lack of structured environments can lead to distractions and lack of motivations in many learners, ultimately hinder their education journeys. So they also talk about the argument that online learning break down barriers for accessibility and promote equality. While is it true that online education has made strides for reaching remote area, we must not overlook the fact that its simulating create new set of barriers. Not very students are relatable to internet access or necessary technological benefits to online platform. The digital devices disparity affect low-income families, further entrenching societal and disparities. The promise of accessibility becomes hollow when millions remain included due to technological limitations. They also argue that breaking down graphical and financial barriers, while true that online platforms is increased accessibility, we must ask ourselves at what cost it is. The digital divided remains to stark reality of many, particularly under the private and community, are related to internet access and very luxury. This means that while some benefits, yes.
Alright, so you rebut our team for all of those points. Let me ask you. So, at all of those costs, what is the real purpose of actually using online learning for? What is the actual benefit of it for all of those costs?
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, so your rebuttals is all about like how our online learning is kind of like worth for all of those costs, for all of those difficulty. So can you tell me and explain to us what is exactly the purpose, like the real purpose, and how is online learning so much better than offline learning? At which cost?
So here it is. So is it true that why is it true that online learning can break geographical barrier, it's essential to acknowledge that the important is also to introduce a new form of inequality and digital devices. So it's like as true and some true accessibility included the ability to engage with peers, participate in discussion, benefits for face-to-face interactions, and educator. The virtual environments, while expansive, often lack the interpersonal connection that are crucial for hostels and learning. Furthermore, while online educations may reach many, we cannot ignore those who lack ability connections, access to necessary digital electoral to drive at models. So while they have the accessibility of online learning, we must consider not all access is equality. An equal digital device is very real, and many will lack reliable internet connections are all necessary to technology. And while online courses may be available, they often remain out of reach for those who cannot access them. So furthermore, equality of online education making very dramatical, and not all courses are created equal without proper regulations. Students may find themselves trapped in certain learning environments. And we all talk about education is inherent and social behavior because traditional classrooms provide opportunity for collaboration and discussion and development integration skill. So students learn lots about teachers, but also about their peers, engaging in debatings and share ideas and building relationships that contribute in their growth. And online learning, in contrast, often isolated students and reducing the opportunity for meaningful interactions. And this lack of socialization can hinder development and also some of the relationship that contribute to their growth. So there also a lack of socialization and hinder the development of communication skill, teamwork, and emotional intelligence, quality of virtual success on both personal and professional spheres that we learn today. So they also argue that online learning breaks down barriers for lots of the promote equality, while it's true that online platform is increase of accessibility. So we must ask ourselves what exactly is the cause of these, and for digital devices that remain the stack of reality for many of this good. Accessibility is only good as resources of availability, and many students are left without necessary support system that truly benefits for the mode of education. And additionally, let's not forget the lack of structured environments lead to distractions and lack of promotion for many leaders, ultimately hinder the education and for journeys that they give. So it's not merely about law for anywhere of the true accessibility include the ability to engage with the peers, participate in the discussion, and the benefits for face-to-face interaction with the educators, with the students. For our teammates' virtual environment more expensive, they often lack of interpretal and not all students have equal access to technology and believing the internet are unnecessary. So the online education in many regions, particularly in development country, will lack of accessibility and engagements of accessibility of equality rather than elevate them. So while my opponents celebrate the democratization of education, we must ask ourselves, are we truly creating equal opportunities or merely shifting the barriers? For this reason, our team strongly opposes this motion. Thank you.